What is going on, guys? John here with the PB Fit, and today I got something super awesome for you guys. I will be reviewing one of the most popular markers out on the market right now. That is the CS2 and the CS2 Pro. The biggest thing you'll notice between these two markers is the milling. Yes, they are slightly different, and there's a little bit more milled off on the CS2 Pro. I went ahead and checked out how much less it weighed, and it was only about 18 ounces, so it's not a whole lot lighter than the original CS2. Plus, with the carbon fiber barrel, the original CS2 weighs about the same as the CS2 Pro. Now, another thing that is different is obviously the barrel system. The CS2 Pro essentially comes with a full FL barrel kit, while the CS2 does not. And the CS2 Pro comes with a scythe and blade trigger, while the CS2 just comes with a regular blade trigger. And other than that, they're essentially the same. They operate the same, they shoot the same, there's not gonna be a difference. Ergonomics are also the same. Now let's go ahead and focus on the CS2 Pro, which is essentially the big daddy when it comes to CS markers. Go ahead and starting from the bottom once again has their Pops ASA. Very nice, very easy to use. I really enjoy the Pops ASA. Once again, I think it is one of the best ASAs on the market, and they got a lot of copycats. A lot of people are going with that style of ASA. The grips are really, really nice. The front grips come off very easily. You don't have to yank on them too hard. They slide off easy. And go ahead and reveal those AA batteries you're going to use to power this marker. So your batteries should match the hopper that you're using, because most hoppers use AA batteries unless you're rocking a Pinocchio. And the rear grips come off in a really, really cool way because they are toolless. Now they come off in two parts. You have a back piece and a front piece. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to slide up the two buttons on each side of the grip. And then you can go ahead and slide back the rear portion of the grip. From that point, you're gonna go ahead and essentially just snap off the grips nice and easily, and then it's going to reveal the board and whatnot. I don't really see people doing that often because there's only a whole bunch of electronics in there. It's not like your battery is in the grip frame, so I don't really see you having to go in there too often. Moving on up to the trigger frame. Nice trigger frame, more than enough room for your hands. Very, very nice trigger. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. The CS2 trigger is the best trigger on the market. Bar none. That title used to be held, in my opinion, by Bob Long Guns, because Bob Long Guns were the epitome of being able to walk semi-auto, right? This trigger is so snappy. It feels so good when you're pulling it. I think it's the best trigger on the market. I don't think that the other markers can match up to it right now. I just think that other markers just kind of forgotten about the trigger, which honestly, you don't really need to worry about it too much because everybody's ramping nowadays in tournaments and whatnot, so the trigger really doesn't actually do too much nowadays, but it just feels so dang good. And by far, like I said, the best trigger. Now looking at the marker, it has super, super nice milling. When you look at the regular CS2 Pro as well, they went ahead and cut down some weight, and it's just really nice, aggressive milling, which I really appreciate as a paintballer because we want that aggressive look. So it's really easy to take out the gamma core. Just go ahead and pop up the back cap, pull it out, and boom, there it is. Super easy, slide it in, pop it back down, and you're ready to rock and roll. Now, the eyes on this marker are just like the eyes that you're gonna see on the 170R. Actually, the 170R went ahead and took it from this line. Very, very cool prism eyes. Probably, once again, the best eyes on the market, the best eye system on the market, in my opinion. Most revolutionary, at least. I think it's really cool that they went ahead and used basically mirrors to create these very easy to clean, very easy to maintain eyes. Slide out the foregrip, slide the back piece straight back, and you can go ahead and pull off the eye covers. A cool thing about this marker though, because yes, it still uses the Planet Eclipse detents that I absolutely dislike so much, just because it's one more thing you're gonna have to maintain and replace, right? It's one more point of failure. Like I said, I'd like to see sprung Delrin detents in there at some point. That'd be really, really cool. But Planet Eclipse detents have been around for a while, so I understand why they keep going back to them. So they have Planet Eclipse detents that are used in there, but there's also a spot for a spare. So you don't have to go digging through your parts kit to go ahead and find those detents and put it in your marker. You can do it on the fly. Now looking at the feed neck, it's a nice low-rise feed neck with, once again, has a beautiful thumb wheel on it, so you can easily change out hoppers if you want to. Super nice, super quick. Very, very nice feed neck. I appreciate the design just to make it nice and easy to twist, especially if you got like a lot of paint on your hands and stuff like that, and you need to switch out real quick. Let's say your hopper goes down. Oh man, I gotta flip this off, throw another hopper on, tighten it down real quick, and move on. So I think they did a really good job once again with their feed necks. Absolutely fantastic feed neck. Control bores nowadays are getting longer and longer, and this is no different. So the Shaft FL has a nice long control bore and rubber to help you remove and apply the barrel, which makes it really, really nice on the hands. And when you get the CS2 Pro, you're gonna get 3 different backs. You're gonna get a 681, a 685, and a 689. Those are fantastic sizes. That's what you need for paintball nowadays. 689 was you know, the standard size until recently, which for me, the 687, honestly, is my favorite. If I were using this marker, I'd probably rock the 685 more often than not. But it's nice to have the ability to bore your paint if you'd like to. It comes with 2 bolt tips. It comes with a Venturi face bolt and a flat face soft tip bolt. I like the way that they designed the soft tip bolt because previous Geo bolts especially used to kind of catch because a rubber tip would kind of catch. But now that the way they designed it, I don't see that happening, and I haven't heard any problems since they've updated the soft tip design. Now, when it comes to this maintenance of this marker, there's 2 things that you're gonna wanna learn to maintain. So let's go ahead and start with what everybody needs to learn to maintain, and that is the inside of the marker. So before I go ahead and break down how to maintain the gamma core, what you're gonna wanna do whenever you're done playing is take the bolt out, take the eyes off, take out the detents, go ahead and use a squeegee, or what I prefer is a microfiber, and run it through the inside of the marker. Make sure that's all clean, because you don't want to stick a clean gamma core inside of a dirty gun. It's not going to do you any favors, all right? So you want to make sure that all that is clean, and then you can go ahead and, you know, maintain your gamma core and stick it in there. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and take a look at the gamma core. So the gamma core is a very well-known system at this point. It is a beautiful core and simplistic, which makes maintenance easy. So a very, very simple thing to do is just go ahead and remove the can, and with your finger, go ahead and push the bolt tip out through the back of the can. From there, you're gonna go ahead and unscrew the bolt guide. At the bottom of the bolt guide is a spring, okay? In my opinion, when it comes to maintenance after every day of play, this is all you need to do. You don't need to go in there and do anything more, although there is more you can do. Please go ahead and go to Planet Eclipse's YouTube channel, and they'll be able to break that down even more for you. I'm just giving you what I feel is the most important daily maintenance that you can do. And just make sure that you lube all of the O-rings you see. You don't need too much lube, and you don't want to use anything but what is given to you in your Planet Eclipse case, and that is Planet Eclipse lube. I am a huge proponent of using what comes with your marker. That's all you should use. I know there's a ton of cool, smelly, neat greases out there, but just use what comes with your marker. You will not be disappointed, and it's what's meant for your marker. Okay, so go ahead and lube up those O-rings. To put it back together, just take the bolt guide, make sure that that spring is in place, put it back in, tighten it down. From there, go ahead and push your bolt tip through your can, tighten your can all the way down. Then go ahead and make sure that there's no friction, there's not a whole lot of friction, because those are the parts that are going to wear down the fastest. So make sure that those O-rings are lubed properly. Now the next thing you want to learn how to do is the regulator. The regulator is super nice. It's located in the ASA, similar to the 170R, but on another level. So what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to unscrew the 2 screws at the bottom of the ASA, and it's going to go and pop off and reveal the regulator. Go ahead and pop out the spring, and what you can do is you could just take an Allen key, which I'm going to show you guys here, because I did not want to use pliers to pull out the piston. I didn't want to risk it, especially because this is not my marker. So there's an alternative way you can go ahead and make sure that lube gets on that piston and inside of those O-rings. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of lube and put it on the end of an Allen key. Then you're going to take that lube and put it on the inside and the bottom of the regulator. The piston's going to go ahead and slide in there and lube up everything up back and forth. So it's going to make sure that your piston seals are lubed properly. And this is the basic maintenance that you can do for this regulator, and that's all you need to do. I don't even think you need to do it that often, unless you start seeing some consistency issues, or you got to go in there and do a regulator rebuild. But for the sake of this video and just basic maintenance, that's all you have to do. And I would say like every 25 to 50 cases. So once you're done doing that, make sure you drop the spring back in, go ahead and twist on the silver portion of the regulator, and place the regulator / ASA back on the bottom of the grip frame and tighten it down. And boom, there you go. You have maintained your regulator. The electronics of this marker have not changed too much. It has e-portal access, and when you look at it, it just looks like it always has been. It's still nice and clear and easy to read, and it's all you really need when playing paintball. You don't need crazy statistics or anything nuts on there, anything that's gonna fail. So they just left it nice and simple and able to program the way you want it so you can play paintball, which I think Plenty Clips, when it comes to electronics, simpler is better. It's also really cool because it's kind of magnified with that cover. You can kind of read things a little bit easier, and I think it's really nice. Now, the CS2 feels amazing in the hands. It is, I mean, it just feels so balanced. I just feel like I can easily control my marker. Points really, really well. I love the barrel. I mean, it just feels like a well-balanced machine. Unlike the 170R, this feels solid. I like this. I like the way that the front grip feels. The trigger, woo! Dude, I'm telling you, this trigger is amazing, okay? Trigger is on point. With this 77 SL, feels great. Even with the Die R2, which is not my favorite, feels amazing. I mean, man, they have really done it with the CS2. I'm interested to see how they're gonna improve on this platform. Man, it's money. This has everything you can think of in it. I mean, the eye system, the grips, the ASA, the regulator, everything, the barrel. I mean, everything you can think of is in the CS2 Pro and CS2. It just feels great. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, you're paying a pretty penny. You're paying a premium price for a premium marker. All right, there's a reason behind it. If you have the money, get a CS2 Pro. You know, the CS2 Pro, it's got everything. You know, it's got an extra trigger, it's got the whole barrel system, it's got, you know, weight shaved off. Wow, you know, it's cool. But if you're looking for something used that is the same exact thing, literally, same exact thing, buy a used CS2. That's what I would do. I would buy a used CS2, man, because it's the same thing. It feels the same. I did the same thing to this one. It felt the same to me. I don't feel a difference at all between these two markers. The grip's the same, everything's the same, ISO's the same, bolts the same, skulls are the same, everything is the same, besides the barrel. But man, I am blown away by these markers. I cannot believe it. I was skeptical, you know? I didn't like the CS1. CS1 was just too big, too bulky, you know, they refined it, and man, this is a beauty. That's my CS2 review and maintenance. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped some of you kind of decide that, you know, hey, I want a high-end, which high-end should I get? Because the Lux X and this have a very similar engine. I know there's a lot of PE fanboys out there, but maybe I'm becoming one now. But man, this thing shoots money. So if you guys are deciding what you guys want to get, I'd recommend getting the CS2 for sure. It's an amazing shooter. You're not going to go wrong with it. So thank you guys for watching my videos. Be sure to subscribe for more videos, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Peace.